Peace, Queenie and Professor Melanie. I will begin my video now regarding this chart here, the quick chart. There are a number of core tools that we use to build a quick chart, and they are the life path number, which is on the left of my house, and I'm using the outline of a house to illustrate my chart. On the right roof is my name and the numbers that go with that. Here is the personal year in the center, in the front. On the left hand side is the personal month. On the right hand side is the personal day and the age of spiritual maturity and so forth. So there are a number of core things that we use to build our chart, and those are it. In addition to the age of spiritual maturity, and again, we have the name. Now, what do I get from my chart? First of all, I would say there are quite a few, there's a lot of masculine numbers in my chart. And I counted them all, and I got 28 numbers. And of the 28 numbers, only 4 are feminine. So being a masculine energy, it shows I look at it as being independent, and I am independent, and I've been independent all my life, basically. I have softened or changed a little bit regarding that because being so independent can, it may not benefit you in certain areas or certain times. Now, my life path number is a karmic number, 19 over 1. And I arrived at that number by adding my month of birth, the day of birth, and the year. So I would take the 5 and add it to the 5 here, because you add the 2 and the 3 to get the 5. So you add 5 and 5, which is 10. Then you add that to the year. To the year. And the year is 1953. So you add the 9 and the 1, and you get 10 plus 8, that's 18. And you add the 1 and the 8 to get 9. And you add the 10 from the 5 and the 5 to the 9, and you get 19, which is a karmic number. And my life path number is 1. And karmic alerts me, it tells me to be cautious, be on the lookout, because it could mean that I could have difficulty in reaching my goals or my mission, and that there will be things that I would have to learn in order to succeed at reaching my mission. Now, according to what I've learned, all of these numbers have spiritual aspects to them, and 1 represents or it indicates or lets me know that I am to be a strong, independent leader, confident as well. And being that the 1 is stands on a point, and it goes up, it has nothing before it. So all of the information that the 1 receives is from above. It's from a spiritual environment. And that lets me know if I am to connect and receive this information on a spiritual basis, it means that I would have to meditate and tap in to get that information and be guided to have success in reaching my mission. So my mission is that I am to be a leader. Now, I've tried things over the years, which I could see I was putting forth the effort to do certain things, and I was out there, but things didn't work out as I had planned. However, being that it's a karmic 1, I see over the years where I have lacked confidence and not so sure of myself. Also, to value and self-worth. So those are things that I need to learn on this path or on this road of leadership. Now, being a leader also, I've always wondered what it is that I should be doing, or we as a people as a whole should be doing on this earth. You ask yourself, well, was I put here just to fend and eke out a living and have a substandard way of life? Are we here? No one is here to guide us or give us instructions. Are we just trying to figure things out on our own? So many, many years I've gone through that quest, asking questions. Why are we here? What am I to do? What is my purpose here? And now I'm just beginning to get exposed to what my mission is and the reason I'm here. And that is to be a leader. So that's good to know. Now, what I feel I need to learn is, what am I to lead in? Is that in certain things, or do I specialize in a particular area? I'm certain that will come too, just as I have now received knowledge regarding my mission. My mission is to be a leader. I do love helping people, teaching people, talking to people, especially about things related to health. I love numerology. I would like to get more skilled in numerology, and who knows, perhaps I may be able to assist people in reading their charts. Now, I have a 5. 5 indicates movement. Now I have 3 5s in my life path number. And again, life path number, it tells you why are you here and what is your purpose here. It tells you what you're to do while you're here. Now I have 5s, and 5s indicate a lot of changes. And when I look back over my life, it has been active, or a lot of movement has taken place in my life. And I'm certain that more movement will take place. The 5 number, when there is change or movement, is pretty much movements or decisions that I've made and agreed to do. And there are 2s. One thing about being an independent person is you may not feel that others can do things as well as you. So you take on the role of doing everything and not delegating or trusting that other people can assist you. But the 2 here lets me know or informs me that I would also need to develop skills or better skills in working with people, especially as a team, and allowing people to handle some of the roles or responsibilities that I will probably need as I am moving forward to accomplish my mission. And 3s also, 3 means, improvement, self-improvement, maybe artistry, or being artistic. 3 is the number where people are into the arts. And I know when I was younger, I reflect back as I was going over this course, that there were a lot of things that interest me when I was young, and I was not able to develop those for various reasons. I loved doing things like making things with clay and putting it in the autoclave, and making things with glass and painting and polishing them. I always sewed. I loved to make clothing when I was young, and everything I wore, I made. But at this age now, I have no desire to sew anymore. But I made everything, and I used to marvel at the finished product once the garment was made, or whatever it is that I was doing. I completed the process. Now, also, there is a 9. 9 is also, it represents change that's in my life path number again. And the change in the 5 is a little different from the change in the 9. Again, 5 changes or movement or things that I agreed upon. 9, when there are changes, and these changes could be major, or it could be completion, ending something. And this is out of my control. So we are not, I shouldn't let these things throw me. I'm being alerted ahead of time that this is a part of what I will be going through as I'm on my journey or road to fulfilling my mission. One thing I've learned too, that 9 could mean that people are could lose someone in death, which we're not prepared for, but it does happen. Now my nickname, I use my nickname Cherry. I know that you can use your name. It doesn't have to be your official birth name. So the name is one feature or core feature that we use to develop a chart. And when I added those numbers up and I broke those numbers down, which is here, it comes to 23/5. And that matched my day of birth. Interesting. And of course, 5 is mobility, anything that moves, moving, changing, um, doing something new. It can turn things upside down, make things topsy turvy. It's a pivotal point, and it could be these could be some great changes. In the 9, when you have 9s, it may not be so great, but again, I have 2 9s in my nickname. Ooh, that seems to add more impact and intensity to things ending and completing. And this, I would have to say, I have recognized things in my life changing. I left a religion that I was affiliated with for so many years, majority of my life. That's a huge change. Now, Spirit actually did that change for me. Um, Something happened to me, and it wasn't of my doing. Spirit communicated to me, and that change had to take place. Otherwise, I feel as though I would not be here physically. I would be gone, dead, so to speak. And of course, there are 3. 3 is like, maybe reinventing yourself, doing something new. Who knows, changing your hair. And I have changed my hair. I used to start out with perm hair. I went to natural hair, and now I'm wearing locks. That's something new. 7s. Ooh, 7 is a time of testing. And wow, have I had a lot of testing throughout my life. And I'm happy that I'm still here, because a lot of these tests can be so intense that it could make you or break you. But I am happy that I'm still here, still standing. And some of them, those tests were fiery. And who's to say I will not have any more tests ahead? Now, here is my personal year. Now, you get the personal year by adding your date of your month, the month of your birth, and the date of your birth to the current year. So, May 23rd, that's 5 and 5, which is 10, and the current year is 8. And you add that together, 1 and 8 is 9. And, ooh, it's supposed to be a lot of things ending this year. And things have ended. One thing currently that has ended and I had no control over, and I'm happy about this particular one, is that, I've been helping my son, which I still do, help him with his children. And for the last 5 years, he had their bedroom set in my home. I had to move my computer out. I used that as my office space, but I used all of that out, put it in everything in my living room, and that's at his kids. That was the bedroom I used for his children. So he just recently, the beginning of this month, moved all of that out, and I am happy for a number of reasons. But I have my space back. I will still be helping him with his children, but it's an indication to me that he will be spending more time with his children, which is something I desire. And it was a part of my ceremony, family things I talked about in my ceremony with when I did my astrology exam. So I see things unfolding there in reference to that. Other changes, I am taking, and that goes up with the 5 too. I, decided to reach out and branch out and continue to grow and do things, and that's why I am in Spiritual Ascension University. I am learning more things, growing. I'm excited about it, and I am looking forward to um, see what the results of all of this brings. Now, this is the person of the month. You get the person of the month by adding the year to the current month, I believe, and you get, I got 11 over 2 because you take the 9 and you take the current month. Yeah, the personal month, you take the personal year, or I take the personal year, which was the 9, and I add it to the current month. So, 9, I get 11, and so my current month is 2. My current month number is 2. 11, ooh, that is a master number. And I forgot to mention that the karmic numbers are 13, 14, 16, and 19. And the master numbers are 11, 22, and 33. And I have a master number here, which adds intensity to things, which means I really need to work with people this month. And I can say I'm doing that, cooperating and working with people and having an interchange with people over various subjects, even this class. Now over here is my personal day, and actually I use today's date of my class, and I add those numbers together. My personal day, I take the personal month and add it to the current day, and it is 11. And the current day is, I forgot what it is, but I'm on my phone, so I can't look at it. But I added those numbers together, and I got 21. And it is 3. You add the 2 and the 1, and you get a 3 right here. And that's my personal month, and that's my personal day. So 3 again, equals change, making changes. You can change your wardrobe. Express yourself artistically, learn something new, which I am learning something new. It's a time to grow and really reinvent yourself. And that's what I'm doing now. I am doing things to grow and reinvent myself. And I like it. It feels good. Now here is my door. We're talking about there are core cycles also. Not only there are core tools that we use to build our chart, but there are also major life cycles. And what are they? They are the month, the day life cycle, the month life cycle, the day life cycle, and the year. Now, the month life cycle starts at the, and that's down here, it starts at the day that you're born up to your age of spiritual maturity. And I forgot I'm supposed to be looking at the camera, but I was trying to show this chart at the same time, and I'm on my phone. It's the from the month you were born to the day of your spiritual maturity. And the day of spiritual maturity is different for each person based on their life path number. My number is 1, and so my age of spiritual maturity is 35. It took me a long time to mature. And those numbers, you start from 1 and go to 9, and you decrease consecutively as you go down with each number. But being that mine is a 1, my age of spiritual maturity is 35. And it is a period where, again, from your birth to the age of spiritual maturity, the month cycle is when it shares information about your childhood life, what your family was like, what your environment was like, um, what you were like, your personality and your characteristic. Did you fit in with your family? Did you mingle? Did you harmonize with them, or did you feel like an outsider, or you felt different? Um, were you considered like the black sheep of the family or the golden child? So it gives all the information about your family life as a child, it the area or portion of your life where people see you, well, how people see you, and how your family saw you. Now, the life cycles, there are four um, incremental levels. It starts at 35, and each cycle is 9. And mine started at 35, and again, it's the period where you reach spiritual maturity, and things really begin to change. Um, and during that period, again, the month of the cycle is again how people saw you. But then the next level, there is increments of 9 for 27 years, and my spiritual integration is at the age of 44, and that's when life gives you the opportunity to develop your skills, your personality, your gifts, and everything. You become an entirely different person. You are transformed. Your life is transformed, and you become and see yourself who you are, not who your family, how your family. It's not about how your family sees you. It's how you see yourself. And then that next cycle, the day cycle, that's when it starts at the age of spiritual maturity, and then you start having that spiritual integration, and then at age 53, you start preparing, which is 9 years later. You start preparation for the harvest. So again, you're developing. You got 27 years to develop your skills, and all the tools that are available to you, you can use. And whether or not you realize it or not, though, you are going to become who you are within those 27 years. And I did not know anything about this numerology and astrology and all of that stuff, but I wish I had, and I would have been more targeted and more focused. I would have hoped by having this information, and I could have been in a much better place than where I am today. However, I am still appreciative and grateful for where I am, because I could not even be here today, but I am, and I'm happy about that. But it would have been nicer if I had known this information at an earlier age. But as long as I'm breathing and living, I have time to grow, develop, and continue to transform my life. So again, the day cycle is the productivity period. It develops your strengths, talents, and gifts, and you will become whomever you will become during that 27-year period. Now the next level is the harvest, and that's at age 62, which I've passed that, and I am harvesting what I've reaped through the productivity years. And if I had more insight about the productivity years and what I should be doing, things would be a little different. But again, I am happy and grateful to be here. Now, to get the age of where I am today is amazing. We were taught to add 9, the year, personal year, to the personal, to the harvest period. And when I do that, I get 71. And I am 71 this year. I don't know. I need to ask questions regarding, can we still forecast or know what a person's ages once they've gone beyond a certain period. Now, that harvest period is until we are no longer here physically. We can continue to harvest and grow and develop, and that's pretty exciting. Now, what else can I talk about on this chart? Again, I have a lot of masculine numbers, which means independence. And one thing again about being so independent, you can harm yourself because you may not feel as though anyone else can do it the way you can, or as better as you do it, and then it adds more work to you. So I will have to learn how to delegate. Now, what else is there for me to talk about? I've talked about the life path number, um, the name number, which is close to the similar to the life path number. And again, my name number ended up being 5, and 5 is the same as my birthday and birth month, which means a lot of activity, and that is a part of me, being active and mobile. I'm always doing something, and when I was younger, I used to move around a lot. I didn't own a home. I moved around a lot, so I say, oh, am I nomadic? Just moving, moving, moving. But it's okay. When I got tired of a place, I moved. And speaking of one thing about being a 5, I always worked in an office. I was started out as a secretary, and I was an administrative assistant all my life. Work history for the most part, until I just got fed up and didn't want to do it anymore. And at a much older age, about 15 years ago, I decided to do something else, which I drive the school bus. It gives me more freedom. I know the 5 likes to move around, and that was me every day in that seat as an administrative assistant. I hated it, but I stayed there because it was a decent salary, and it paid well. But I hated every moment, and now I understand. I'm the type of person that likes to move around. I don't like to be tied or confined to a seat. So that's something that I've learned, and now I know why that happened. That's another thing I've learned in numerology, is that when we come in encounter with various people, we see all these different personalities. It helps me to understand them more. We are all made different. We all have different life paths. We all have different energies associated with us. And those energies and whatever the life path number and so forth determines what our characteristics are going to be, or what they are. Now, questions. If I were to move, what year would be the best time for me to move? I would say a 5 year, because that's the 5 year, because 5 is a year of mobility, activity, action. It's turning things upside down, changing your scene, changing your space, changing where you live. It's a year of change. So I would say 5 would be a good year to move. The next one is, based on your chart, what would your soul mission work entail? Which I've talked about. It involves being a leader, and a confident, independent leader. And that means that I would need to have no fear. I would need to understand my worth and my value. And that was something that I always had to, I always had a complex that everybody else knew more than me, better than me. What they had to say was more important than what I had to say or what I had to offer. And then too, I had a complex too, because it seemed like all these people I'm around, they're all educated, they have degrees and what have you. And I've never gone, I've taken some courses in college, but I've never gotten a degree. I didn't stay in school that long. I have a certificate program in medical office management. But as far as the intensity and how people, they're grounded and rooted in all this education, a lot of the times I feel inferior to them because of the knowledge that they have. But, we can all continue to learn and grow and specialize in different things and perfect whatever area we're in. Not everyone knows everything, and we all can share and contribute. So I need to be more confident and in my value and my worth, and not stand back in the background. Come out to the fore and be seen. Even when I was younger, I was so shy. So I've come a long, long way through various means. I mean, I had aunts who used to take us out in public and take us to restaurants and different things, and have us to do things to help us to come out of our shyness. Even though I was in this particular religion that I see, it has its advantages and disadvantages. That helped to bring me out of some of that shyness too, because it was awful. And but now I'm better. You change, you grow over the years, and my goal is to continue to get better and better and better. Now, the next question here is, what is that question? What are some lessons you need to learn? I just talked about that and overcome in my lifetime. And that is being confident and understanding my worth, that we all have something valuable to offer, to kind of come out from the background and step more into the forefront. And again, the leadership, my mission involves being a leader. Not that I know that, I need to really identify what is it that I am to lead in. And one thing Professor Melody said, because I was so concerned about what is my soul mission, I was feeling bad because everybody around me knew their soul mission. And of course, they were affiliated with Professor Melanie longer than me. But everybody seemed to know their soul mission. They were so excited. I mean, what is mine? What is mine? And throughout life, you grope in. It's like you're groping in darkness. You're trying to find out what it is that you're supposed to do. You try different things, and then you see that they don't fit. It's not a fit. That's how I got into the religion that I was involved in. I thought that was it, but then Spirit showed me, no, this isn't it. Even though I spent about 40 years in it or more, Spirit showed me this ain't it. So I left that, and now I'm here. So I learned now to be a leader. Now, what exactly am I to lead in? What is it should I specialize in? What is it should I do? Professor Melanie told me, she said, it will come, Pat. Just keep doing what you're doing, and it will come. And something has appeared but about me being a leader. Now, I'm certain that will come too. As I continue on this journey, this path, I will be shown what it is that I am to lead in. Now, what does next year look like for me? Offer a detailed forecast based on your numerology insights. Well, next year is a 9 year, and I add that 9 year to my month and my day, and I come to, it's amazing, it comes to be exactly what my life path number is, 19/1. It is a karmic year for me, and it is a 1 year for me, which is emphasizing that leadership, because that's my life path number, because I added 9 to my birth month and my birthday, which is 10, because May 23rd, and it comes out to be 19, which is the same thing as my life path number right here, 19/1. It's the same as my next year. I need to investigate and find out more information about that, because it is a karmic year, and lessons for me to learn, things for me to overcome, and I would like to do more research on that. I will have to say, Queenie, that I really enjoyed this class. I know much more than I knew before. I want to continue to look into this further. So I really like it. I'm ready to go out and start practicing on all of my family members to get more skilled at it. And who knows where it will lead me. But anyway, that is my covering my chart. I am hoping that I can reduce this video so that I can submit it as part of my practicum. But anyway, I enjoyed the class. I am happy to be a part of Spiritual Ascension University, Professor Melanie. Spirit led me here, and this is where I am. Thanks, and goodbye.